My name is Evelyn Chapman, and I'm a copywriter here at Proctors & Stevenson. So you see examples of sustainability marketing everywhere. It's really important to remember that it's not just a marketing trend and it's not just a passing fad. It's driven by this really real, scary thing. Climate change is becoming impossible to ignore. It's driving this commercial shift, which is really great. Consumers and businesses want to do better for the planet and they want to make sustainable choices. So sustainability is becoming a very powerful marketing tool. But it's really important to use that responsibly and be as honest as possible, because it can also be a very dangerous tool. Greenwashing is a marketing or advertising tactic that misrepresents or exaggerates a company's green credentials to make them look more sustainable. Essentially, greenwashing is a company pouring more money, energy, resources into their sustainability marketing than their action. Best case scenario, it creates the illusion that progress is being made where it isn't. So it undermines any sense of urgency that we really need to drive climate action forward. At worst, it can facilitate the continuation of real environmental damage. So it can cause a lot of harm. There are really brazen examples of greenwashing where companies are flat out lying, but it's really easy to fall into the greenwashing trap because up until now, there haven't been a lot of regulations and guidelines around this, specifically in advertising and marketing. Businesses have to meet their own kind of regulations. But yeah, in terms of the language that is used and how you're marketing, there haven't been guidelines around that until recently. So the CMA in the UK came out with the Green Claims Code. And basically, it's a list of principles that kind of give companies guidance on how to promote their green claims. So things like claims have to be transparent and honest. You can't omit or hide any relevant truths, things like that. So it's kind of guiding businesses towards being more transparent. One of the most common signs of greenwashing, probably at the moment, although there are many of them, but one of the most common signs of greenwashing is using words incorrectly or using a word that doesn't reflect a product or service's entire supply chain or company. And that's something that the Green Claims Code is cracking down on. But what we still don't have are legal definitions for words like net zero, carbon neutral, sustainable. And the fluffy ones, it's hard to give them a definition, but what we really need are firm definitions for carbon targets. At the moment, it's still very wishy-washy. So, it's not great for us as people who are like trying to figure out on the marketing side of things how to communicate it, but it makes it more difficult for companies because they don't know what they're trying to achieve because they're hearing different things. So actually the CMA has recommended to the government that they release a list of definitions, of legal definitions for words like net zero and carbon neutral. So hopefully that'll be really helpful. I think lots of people and lots of companies, I think this is just everyone, are trying to do their best. Obviously, there are the companies who are they're just flat out lying and they are trying to mislead people. But this is something we've seen in marketing for ages, right? We've got the best this, we've got the softest this, we've got the nicest this. But when you do that with sustainability, it carries so much more weight than just, we sell the softest sheets. You can't just say we've got the most sustainable this because it has an environmental impact. So I think a lot of companies want to have that clear guidance, but until they do, they're just going to say what's best for what makes them look best. Obviously, that's the idea. Any tips for getting it right? So I would say avoiding visual cliches, or any cliches really. There's so many with sustainability, right? You say eco-friendly and all natural, all over the place, green and trees and sea turtles. And all of that can be really great, but now it's really becoming a symbol of greenwashing, and people are really catching on to that. So trying to find new ways to visualize and communicate sustainability is really important. This is, kind of important for copywriters especially. This is like the copywriter in me. Using the right language is really important. Don't just say eco-friendly or net zero just because it sounds nice. Words like that, terms like that can be very persuasive, and it carries a lot of weight with consumers and businesses and stakeholders. So yeah, it has a lot more power than it sounds. Here at Proctor's, we do really care about sustainability. It's something that the founder, Roger Proctor, has always been passionate about, and we really want our work to reflect that and to market our own green claims, but also, help our clients market their green claims in the most honest way that they can. So we're learning as much as we can. We're trying to stay ahead of changing policy and regulations, especially when it comes to things like greenwashing, because it's really important that we help our clients kind of stay in the loop with all of that. But we're also looking for ways to kind of think outside the box and find new creative ways to visualize things like sustainability. Yeah, we've had a lot of clients recently ask for help with promoting their green claims and their green journeys. And that's been really exciting. It's been a learning curve for us and for them. We're kind of all working through this together. The most important thing right up front is asking insightful questions, asking as many questions as possible, getting as much information as we can. For a copywriter, that's especially important. Fortunately, with our clients, we've got a really good raft of clients who just want to do the best that they can do. They want to be transparent. They want to be honest. They don't want to get caught up in greenwashing. We work together to find the most responsible way to craft a campaign, but also the most effective. We're not a sustainability agency. We can't tell clients how to be more sustainable. And, a part of that is whatever information they give to us, that's what we communicate. We're trying to kind of lead a change in marketing and advertising. We're trying to be a part of that change. Basically, we'd really like to help clients be as honest and transparent as they can be, while also crafting these really effective, exciting campaigns. Everything just went out of my head completely. Let's go. I was supposed to talk to you guys today about sustainability marketing. Instead, here's my one-woman show. Can I just sing?
Yes, it.
No.